Welcome to Dublin. I hope you enjoy your stay here. My name is Nova Luca Loco, and today I am enraged by this TikTok where people were choosing this blue hand. Now for context, it was a TikTok where they were giving you the choice between a red hand and a blue hand. The blue hand was essentially giving you the option of making $2 a second, while the red hand was giving you the option of making $2 million a day. I cannot suffer in silence on this one, and I just want to explain the math behind why the red hand will always be better. So to start, I remind you, red $2 million a day. There are 365 days in a year. So guess what? In a year you'd make 730 million. You get that number by doing the simple equation of 2 million times 365, which is 730 million, 30 million. On the other hand, you get to make $2 a second, which is objectively funny. But the humor in this situation is not the point. Now, as we all know, there's 60 seconds in a minute. Now $2 a second times 60 seconds equals 120. So now we know we are making $120 a minute. Now you take that number of 120 times that by 60 as well, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, which that equals 7,200. Therefore, we now know we are making $7,200 in an hour. Now you got to times that number by 24. That's because there's 24 hours in a day, which 7,200 times 24 equals 172,800. So if we make $2 a second, we are in essence making $172,800 in a day. Now you times that figure by 365 and you get what you make in a year. And how much you'd make in a year by making $2 a second, you'd make 63,072,000. In essence, you get money quickly, however, not as much. Now we take those two yearly figures, red and blue produce. And red is about 11.5 times greater than blue. You could fit 11.5 blue hands in red. Also, since we're here, we might as well do more math. Now let's say you receive this choice when you're 20 years of age. Now the average life expectancy of everyone on Earth as of 2021 is 71 years old. I'm going to be honest, the life expectancy hasn't increased much in recent years, with it only increasing to 73.49 in 2025. So now there's 53 years in between the age of 20 and 73. Let's say you only live to 73. And if you were making $2 million a day over the course of those 53 years, you make $38,690,000,000. However, if you are only making $2 a second over the course of 53 years, you'd only make $3,340,816,000. As you can see that even over a lifetime of accumulating wealth, choosing the red hand will always be better. So in conclusion, the red hand is always better, no matter how you look at it. Anyways, that does it for this video, guys. Be smart, do math. Nova Luca Loco out. Passing on through Dublin now. Welcome to Dublin. I hope you enjoy your stay here. My name's Nova Luca Loco. So a while back I spent 74 hours and 34 minutes on my iPad because I am addicted to staring at a screen. I mean, I make videos and post them to YouTube. What do you expect? I think most content creators spend an ungodly amount of time on our screens because we need to go touch grass. But I just thought this week was interesting because this week I was going through a week of depression and making mostly just edits of songs this week. Yet I still managed to collect 27 hours and 59 minutes of time in CapCut, which is what I use to edit my videos, which is just under 28 hours. So we're gonna call it just 28 hours because it's so close to it. And according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, part-time work is classified as anything between 1 to 34 hours of work. So guess what, I do part-time work for YouTube for free. I'm a content creator part-time, but I don't get paid for it. Much like I apparently listen to Spotify and watch stuff on Prime Video part-time. Now that I think about it, this is the most unemployed screen time log I've ever seen. But I did quit my job practically so I could focus on going back to school specifically to study to be a pharmacy tech. So there's that. Though school doesn't start until September 29th, so I don't really what I'm doing until then. So I decided to fill my time by making YouTube videos. I really hope I can keep this up during college, guys. Why I am sharing this, I don't know, to be fair, but the Spotify and Prime Video is mostly due to the fact I use both of those while I edit videos. The 18 hours logged in Chrome also makes sense because that's what I use to look up the music I use in the background of the videos. It's also what I use to research various topics for the short stories I am writing when I'm not creating a bunch of random YouTube videos like this one. Also 15 hours and 2 minutes on TikTok makes sense because depression. Why on God's green earth I spent 19 hours and 28 minutes on photos, I am really unsure. I genuinely do not know how I accomplished that, but whatever. That about does it for all of Screen Time Log I want to show you guys. It was mostly just show you that I'm practically a part-time YouTuber and TikToker for free. So enjoy this free content. Nova Luca Loco out, passing on through Dublin now. Welcome to Dublin. I hope you enjoy your stay here. My name's Nova Luca Loco. Today we have a doozy of a story. While I was waiting for the number 19 on the way home, this guy was talking to me who had a wheelchair. And you know we were making small talk because he said hi first, and I was being nice. Then we started talking about going to college. We only started talking about that because he noticed I was holding a college notebook since I had just got done with orientation, and they gave me a free notebook. I was trying to give him as little details as possible, so we were just talking about general schooling and all of that fun stuff. Finally the bus arrives, and I had already been talking to this guy for a few minutes, but he was giving me the creeps. However, we were taking the same bus, so when it gets there we both get on the bus. And I sat on the back of the bus because he was kinda weird, so I'm thinking surely he cannot get up the 2 steps there, or to get to the back of the bus. However, he managed to climb up the steps to get to me, and proceeds to sit right next to me, and blocking my way to get to another seat to avoid him. Like I didn't know he could still use his legs, otherwise I would have sat next to the older woman that was on the bus. Now this disabled guy on the bus ride home was flirting with me the entire time, and I'm like, please dude, leave me alone, you're not even my type man. And I was thinking in my head like I just said hi because you said hi. I wasn't gonna keep the conversation going, but this man kept persisting, and he's being really annoying at this point. On top of that, we were talking about concerts, and he kept wanting to take me to a concert, and I'm like, no dude. He even tried to give me his phone number, so for safety reasons, I did not give it to him. He asked if my phone does that little tap thing that allows you to give another person your phone number. So I lied to the dude and was like, no, my phone doesn't do that. Fortunately, he did not bug me further about my phone number. Thank God for that, but I was already thinking in my head, please stop talking to me. Also, I feel like if I went anywhere with this dude, he would murder me. And getting murdered by a disabled person is not on my to-do list. Like, I may be depressed, but I'm not that depressed. Fortunately, when I asked for the bus to stop at a stop that was a few stops away from the one I was going to get off at, he let me off the bus and didn't follow me off the bus, so thank goodness for that. So Tyler, weird bus guy, if you're watching this, you're creepy, so please never speak to anyone on the bus again. Like, fuck off, please. Nova Luca Loco out. Passing on through Dublin now.